I was an innocent girl.
She was a Mormon like a month ago, and then all of a sudden she's with the Weeknd.
People have been begging me for 3 years to tell this story.
That's such a vulnerable position for a man.
On top of it, we're like tons of Disney stuffed animals, just tons.
That's creepy. Boom. We have another special guest here today. This is kind of a last minute episode because the way it came about is she texted me. Mm-hmm. By the way, Cara Belle is here, guys.
Texting.
Hi.
You're a professional slut.
Yes.
And
privately.
Being friends with public professional sluts is the best, mainly because they just send the best text messages. There's always some drama. There's always something weird happening in their lives, right? Like I used to have like normal girlfriends when I lived in New York, and they wouldn't text me anything interesting besides like, hey, where you want to meet for food, or like, are we going drinking tonight, right? When I moved to LA, oh man, you guys have so many fun things happening to you. And I'm like the therapist sometimes because they come to this house. No one's trying to fuck them. We do photo shoots. We do like fun brand stuff for Assholes Live Forever. We do parties.
It's very corporate.
It's like, it's
the perfect exchange.
And it's basically a YMCA for sluts here, right? They just come here and hang out. It's the true Soho house. So it just becomes like therapy in my office in there. And I get the best text messages. And one of the best text messages I got recently is you texted me 2 days ago. I'm going to pull up this text message. Okay. So there's some backstory to this, but the text messages, which is also makes this a weird text message. Hey, do you still have that puppet story about the Weeknd? I asked him if I could talk about it publicly and he left it unread. So I'm just taking this as a go for it. And when she sends that text message, I'm like, dude, that's okay. So like 6 months ago, a year and a half ago, a year and a half ago, she told me about this story she has in her life. But she was nervous to talk about it.
And I didn't go into as much detail.
Yeah, she didn't go into any detail. It was kind of like supposed to be something silly that we were going to do. And instead of talking about it only, we were like, let's try to do it with puppets. And we made these puppets. They were terrible. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We didn't give the story any justice. No. So she just hits me this week and goes, yo, do you have that video of the puppets? Because maybe I could do something with it. And I was like, I'll do one better. We have a podcast. Why don't you just come tell it? Like, if you're going to go YOLO, go for it. Do it. Let's go.
Let's do it the right way.
Yeah, I'm a Jew. I want the numbers too. Well, share the story. So I don't think we should go into the story right now. I think this is just a backstory to why you're here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is, how do you turn down a story about your friend saying that she has a good story about doing something with the Weeknd?
Oh, well, yeah. I want to hear, everybody wants to hear that.
Okay, but there's more to her, right? So the other side that you don't know about Cara is she's an ex-mormon. And you were Mormon until, give me
until I was 19.
Give me the details. Give us the stats. You're how old?
I'm 23.
Are you 23 or you were like internet 23?
Oh, I'm fucking 23.
Okay.
I was born in 2000.
Oh my God.
You brought your ID with you?
Do you remember 9/11?
I haven't got. Actually, no, I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
How old was I? Like four?
Four? You said you were born in 2000. Oh my God.
I don't even know when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
No, so you're 4
Never forget.
years.
Apparently, the marketing didn't work.
So you're 4 years out of being a Mormon.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So you've been a Mormon longer than you've been
life.
Or were you?
Yeah.
How? What's the? Okay. So real quick, if we were to draw a Venn diagram, where does the part come in and where does the Mormonism? Because I always think that religion breeds sluttier girls.
100%.
Like, at what age you gave up religion at 18? At what age were you like, oh, I'm a hoe?
I technically didn't give up the religion at 18. I was just identifying as Mormon.
Explain.
So you believe in this stuff.
14.
So you're okay. So you started a hoe at 14. You left the Mormon culture.
Mm-hmm. When I was like
18, 19. So 5 years. Nice little crossover. A little Venn diagram of being a Mormon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so but yeah, the religion creates this behavior you're saying, it amplifies it, like 100%. that hunger.
Well, because it's restrictions, 100%. Right? Anytime you have rules, you want to break them.
They say I can't even get on top of a guy with my clothes on and grind on him. So that's what I did to every fucking guy in my high school.
I mean, to be fair, I would say the same thing to my children. Like, stop grinding. Like, why would I want that? Always leads to sex. No one's like, let's stop.
Is it rebellion towards?
Especially if you're the one grinding.
Is it rebellion? Are you like rebelling towards the rules of the sector of the religion that you're part of, or are you rebelling against God?
I think I was just horny, and that's human nature to
There
be
you go.
horny.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. Okay, cool.
Look, I did a little research. I was trying to find the weirdest things about being Mormon. I'll shit on any religion. They're all goofy as fuck. But for some reason, like Mormons and Scientologists, I guess it's too recent of both religions, right? How long have Mormons been around?
Not that long.
Right. Scientologists, not that long either, right? I think it's because it's relatively new. We give them more shit. But then you guys also do have some goofy stuff.
Goofy.
Like, is this real? I don't know if any of this is real. You can't drink anything warm, hot.
No, you can. You just can't have tea, caffeine,
Told you,
alcohol.
caffeine. I told you.
Oh, you can't. Someone said you can drink all those as long as they're colder than room temperature.
No.
No.
Okay, so you can have hot beverages. I was going to say in Utah it's freezing.
Yeah, you just can't have
Like, you can't have a hot cocoa?
tea, caffeine, like anything that would destroy your body because your body's a temple.
How many people actually practice that in the actual, like, I understand. It just seems when you hear
I
Mormon,
would say 65%.
dude, that's wild, because here's the thing about most religions is most religions, like, I'm a Jew, right? You're not a Jew.
I'm Jewish. Depends on the weekday, but
Depends on which racial slur you're going to use.
business.
But here's the thing, like, when you hear Jew, you don't go like, oh, Kirill's like Hasidic and like has all the shit. Like, he's just a Jew. When you hear like Mormon, you assume that they're all nuts,
Yeah,
right?
straight
Like,
edge as
when
fuck.
you know, like, there's extremists in Christianity, but most times you meet like a Christian, you're like, all right, it's just like, that's a person. But when you hear like someone's Mormon, you're like, oh, you're all nuts. Right, because you assume that many people like literally follow these rules to stay Mormon. For me, there's no shades of Mormon, right? Like, you're either in or you're out.
I would say there are a couple shades, actually.
Really?
There's Jack Mormon, and then there's strict Mormon.
What's Jack Mormon?
Jack Mormon is, I still sometimes go to church on Sunday, but I also drink alcohol and party with my friends.
Right, but then what are you buying? What are you buying into in church at the time? Like, what else is?
Family influence.
Oh, okay.
You just want to be there for your family, or
Do you still do
keep
that?
your family together. I used to.
Now you're fully out.
Oh, I'm out now. They know I'm like, I don't even identify as like a religion at all right now.
I mean, you shouldn't.
I believe in the universe.
I believe in
like
what I believe in what I can see. Kind of.
Right. Yes. Groot.
Oh, you see, she's Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't
That's
know.
who I believe in.
I mean, might as well.
Right.
You might as well. That beats all the other fucking rules. You can only play half court basketball. Did you know that?
In what, Mormonism?
Yeah. Did
Wait,
you know
where
that?
did you find
Do you know? Maybe these. Maybe someone.
Did you get this information?
Can I give you these? These are the 10 things I found that Mormons can't do. Let me give them to
go
you, and you
on.
disprove them, or
Okay,
maybe they're
let's do
weird.
this.
All right. Number 10, no drinking hot drinks. All right. Clearly, I'm wrong.
Disproven.
Disproven. Missionaries can only play half court basketball.
I have no fucking clue.
What missionaries? What
The guys that they send out to go
Like,
recruit
knock on
more.
doors and convert people. Yeah,
Yeah.
missionaries.
and those guys are not allowed to play a full court of basketball.
No.
I've never heard this.
Can
rule.
someone who's listening go
someone's
challenge a
gonna have
Mormon to a full court game and let me know what happens? More missionaries cannot swim.
No, they could swim, but they have to be clothed a certain way, right?
I think that's accurate. I think you have to wear a shirt if you're going to wear
Correct.
board shorts.
Exactly.
Do you think they'd have more black members if they can't swim?
Right, because the black guys would love swimming in t-shirts.
They don't like swimming at all. My religion's like, yo,
In socks.
Yeah, I can have X many wives and I don't have to go on swimming.
Yeah,
Sign
yeah,
me
yeah.
up. Be a fully black religion. Missionaries can only call home twice a year.
I know that they can email like every week, but I don't know
Once
any.
a week, they're like,
Yeah.
here's your
Or from
email.
Once a
Public,
week.
public library or like
Do they have iPhones? They have to have technology at this point.
I
You gotta
think they
catch
have
up.
like.
Are they only male or they're
phones.
female? There's both.
There's both. Yeah.
Okay. The problem is their marketing is terrible. They're all dressed like fucking Dilbert or like Drew Carey, right? Just like a white shirt with a tie. If they showed up like her and was like, hey, would you want to join my religion? I'd be like, hell yeah. I get 34 of you, right? Like, how many wives could I have? The problem is somebody walks in looking like they run an Office Max.
wait, Mormons can have a lot of wives?
It's not legal anymore.
Well, that's because the U.S. government doesn't allow it, not because the religion forbids it. And by legal laws in America, you can only be married to one person.
And according to the faith, you have to abide by the laws of the land. So if the laws of the land change, you can't follow certain beliefs of the religion anymore.
But originally, it started with they could have they're like sister
Mormons
wives.
sound like Muslim
the best
Jews.
religion.
It's like a Muslim Jew
Do they have multiple wives?
kind of.
I don't know.
Because Muslim guys can.
How does a Muslim Jew work?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Because it almost sounds like a hybrid situation.
It literally doesn't. It's just
Because
a dude
they
who
have-
invented a
they
religion
have-
who's like, hey, we can have as many wives as we
You guys
want.
keep Shabbat, right? You guys have Shabbat, Sabbath
A Bible, yeah, and
No.
Sunday.
for Sundays, though, right?
Yeah,
Sabbath.
I mean,
and you
they
guys
keep
can't use electronics, all that stuff.
Well, the really strict Mormons don't, but yeah.
Right. So it's like Jewish. That's just like a Shabbat.
Yeah, but
situation.
Jews don't have to. Not all Jews do it. All Mormons to really
She
be
said
Mormon.
not all Mormons do
the
it either.
Jack Mormons, but you don't hear about those guys. When you hear Mormons, you literally hear like, Mormons.
But
no eating meat in the summer is another rule. You know why?
That's accurate.
Also, apparently, no meat is kind of a thing.
In Mormonism?
No, they eat meat.
Someone, once again, this list educated
Where
me.
the
Wait,
fuck
I
did you
don't know
get
where you
this
got this
list?
list.
So listen,
I
here's
read the
the
opposite.
but let me give you the logic behind all these.
Okay,
So
okay.
no meat is you should only use meat in cases of famine. And because we have plentiful things now, you can eat more plant-based diet.
Don't think that's accurate.
I think you went on the
No
wrong
oral
Reddit.
sex.
Until marriage,
That's not bad.
can't do anything else.
Did you know that like the religion was kind of loosey-goosey in the beginning and then they buttoned it up? I feel like Joseph Smith, who had 34 wives.
Started off with 34 wives. Now we're
Back to one.
Can you imagine? I
Back
mean,
to
is it
5.
34 wives when
they're
he started the
cheating.
religion?
But they're cheating. I swear, these Mormon.
Yeah,
men
but like
cheat on their wives.
you start out as Joseph Smith and you recruit 34 bitches to go with you everywhere. Like, yeah, they're your wives, but they're also just like people.
what
right?
about the
Like
women?
they're
Do they cheat a lot in Mormon?
I'd say a small percent do, but most of them are like pretty faithful to them.
Really?
dude, if you're gonna follow all the other rules that are real, not the ones I'm reading to, but like some of the crazier real rules, like you're just a devout religious person and the rules say to you, this is my husband and these are my wives, sisters, and I gotta do X, Y, and Z, right? Like it's not a logical situation
Right.
that they're in.
I mean, nothing about this is logical.
Are you a jealous person?
Was until me and my ex started an open relationship.
And then you don't care? At that point,
I'm
is it
getting too. I don't care.
really?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a selfish guy.
I mean, like if
I want other vaginas with Estee, but I don't want to see a go in her. That's where I'm not equal. I will give women all the equality in the world.
This
but
is
the
where you guys need religion.
The only time.
This is where you guys
The
need
only
God.
time women aren't
You guys
equal.
need God.
No, because God does all this other fucked up shit.
Nah, but I have my little like spiritual beliefs. And like, some certain traditional things that carried over into my adulthood.
Like what?
Listen,
What do you believe in? I don't believe in anything.
Do not challenge
honestly,
my
I believe
religion.
in Norse paganism now.
What is that?
It's like the belief in Odin and Thor. And all
Oh, so you're
those-
just like you're just
so
coming
you're
up.
like
You just
into
like you
Marvel
just,
characters.
yeah. You just wanted a
no,
different
not the
cast.
Marvel characters.
You watch Marvel and you just believe in
You just sort of like
superheroes.
you're just like that show looks better over there, right?
You're
You're
like praying
like,
to Thanos at night,
Yep.
basically.
well, might as well be. But
Sounds like
like,
he has a big dick, so.
what's the most religious thing you do? What makes you claim that you're like, oh, I'm religious? But like, I think that's just a statement versus like, do you practice anything? Right? You don't do
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, Norse paganism, you practice by being kind to other people. We believe it like a lot.
so you're just
in
giving it.
karma.
Why can't you just be kind? Why does it have to be a religion? Why can't
Right?
it just be a
It's
good person?
not necessarily a religion.
Yeah,
But
you don't.
karma
Need,
is part of
anyone
religion, right? Am
No.
I
Not
wrong?
all religions.
why can't you just live life?
Jews do nice things only because other
Jews
people
only
are
do
gonna
nice things?
something back to them, right? That's what you
That's
told
kind
me.
of why I stopped like liking Christianity. It's because like you can do whatever you want, kill someone even, and then pray to God for forgiveness, and you'll be forgiven.
Dude, that's why religion is attractive. I understand. So to me, here's how I understand religion. I get it if you're a guy, because if you're a guy, once again, you get all the benefits. In religion, most women are treated like garbage, right? So like, I'm more understanding of a guy being religious because you're like, bro, this dude's literally can trick women into fucking him. And the women in a religion are just like, we're being fucked here. You guys get no benefits. I don't understand how there's religious women.
I don't either, especially because with Mormonism, most of my friends got married fresh out of high school, 18.
Dude, that's so.
I'm like, you did not live your life.
But you don't leave your community, like, right? Like, they're not like, let's go on vacation. Do they go on vacations? What do Mormons do? Like, do you just keep to
Go
yourselves
to the lake.
That's
the
it?
Local lake.
and you just hang and that's it?
Yeah, and then
what do you guys
family
do in the lake?
reunions.
What do you
and
guys do in the
lagoon.
lake?
Boat and stuff, like typical.
But like fully
Mormon.
clothed?
This sounds
Fully clothed?
I mean, not fully clothed. Just like most Mormon
suits?
families wear suits, but they wear something called tankinis, so they cover your stomach.
And then what do you guys do when you guys are on the boat? Like,
I need a tankini.
like what do you guys like? Nobody can take the shirts off. Like,
No, it's not as strict as that. Not necessarily.
If you're married and you're on a boat, you're allowed to like make out. You could do all that shit.
I mean, I don't think the other people would approve unless you're in private, but yeah.
Yeah, so you're not. It's not a sexually free.
No, it's not a sexually free religion at all. Like, they do not approve of like PDA at all.
PDA. No.
Do you know anyone that's gone missing?
From the faith?
Yeah, like if you're like, yo, they disappeared someone.
I like. Wait, hold on.
Me. I
Yeah.
ran away multiple times.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why'd you run away?
Because
Someone tried to fuck you?
no, I was just like
Suffocated.
You need an abortion?
Exactly, suffocated. I had so many rules. I couldn't do shit. My curfew was 6 p.m. at at age 17.
If I had you as a daughter, I would make the curfew 4 p.m.
Fuck you.
I would be if I had a.
Fucked.
Wait, what happened just now?
How would you raise your daughter? Curfews
That's a
before
pretty crazy
sundown.
Question. I would do curfews by, especially in America.
I know what kind of guys are out there.
America's a threat
I was in
country.
high school.
America's
Guys are
not-
creepy. I want you home at 5. You should be doing
You're
homework,
right, they are
talking to
creepy
God.
because the boy I dated in high school left me for his cousin.
Bro, you left a cousin fucker. Good.
I did.
Good. You're welcome.
I'm actually blessed.
That curfew should have been earlier. Can you imagine being left for your cousin? If I told Estee,
hold on.
if I told
Let's run
Estee,
that back.
His own cousin.
Let's run
His
that
own
back.
cousin.
yeah, your own cousin. If someone's like, "Yo, I like this girl," like I think I'd rather fuck my own cousin now.
Yo, that's
Yeah, I was
crazy.
so offended for so long.
How old were you?
I was 16.
And did it go around school? Do people like, "Yo, that bitch
rather
got
be-
done"?
Yes, it went around school, and
I'd
I was
rather be
like, I'm
related to my
disgusted.
own.
I am so fucking
I'd
disgusted.
rather find out you're my cousin than ever find out that someone left me for their cousin.
That's crazy.
Yeah, same.
What did you do to this guy that he left you for the cousin?
Nothing. I just wished like hell upon him, and he became a highway patrolman. So
Oh, pretty much. That's a Mormon.
That sounds like a good job. No,
if you're gonna be stuck in your,
if you're fucking your cousin,
I
those
guess,
are pretty.
Yeah, you
that's
never
a
want to
pretty.
leave your hometown. You want to fuck all the cousins, huh, buddy?
Bro, you can get anyone out of
Jesus
jail. You're never
Christ.
going to jail, and you can fuck your cousin.
Awesome.
That sounds like a Mormon win-win to me.
This is crazy.
So, what are the other times you had to run away?
Definitely over a boy.
Over a boy, you just kept running away for boys.
He said he was in Vegas and to come.
How old were you?
I was.
You said Vegas, like-
17, and you met him where?
Tinder. I told him I was 19.
Oh wow.
You're nuts. You were on Tinder. You had to change your location to be Vegas.
No, he lived in Utah, but we dated for a while.
No one knew.
No, people knew. I mean, not my friends. They, you know.
Which family member did he leave you for?
None,
None.
actually. We just broke it off because things weren't working out anymore.
I mean, he was banging a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
He found out.
Huh?
He doesn't
Did he know
know.
that you were 17.
That's legal, though, isn't it?
He knew. No, it wasn't legal at the time.
What is it in Utah? I think you can fuck a
16,
17.
but he
Oh.
was 22.
Yeah, that's still legal. That's how those laws work.
Yeah, but it was.
I'm not
legal
saying
in
it's not
Utah. They
gross.
have this
I'm
weird
saying-
little law. They do like math, and so you cannot do anything.
Oh, so they're like,
Wow.
there has to be a smaller gap
Yeah,
between.
exactly. Makes
sense.
Like, you can't have a 22-year-old clearly
So
talking to a
he actually went to
17-year-old.
jail for a little bit.
Because of hooking up with you?
He went to
Yeah.
jail for
my
fucking.
dad found out. So
Oh, wow.
my dad's a Green Beret.
I know. How
what
did
do you
that?
think he was gonna do?
Did he
Wait,
beat him
hold
up?
on. You just casually
Or you
just went into the second.
Yeah, we're unpacking a lot right now.
Hold on.
Okay.
Your dad, a Green Beret,
Former
found
Green
out
Beret.
that you had a 22-year-old boyfriend at 17.
And put him to jail. And put him in jail.
Hired a private investigator to like figure out other things this guy had done, and apparently he
smart.
was a
Green Beret.
predator and had been preying
No
on
shit.
other younger girls. My
Wow,
age.
who would have
Yeah.
thought?
I had no idea.
At 22,
I thought he was in love with me.
Dude, you know how much of a creep you have to be
Wow.
into 17-year-old girls at 22?
How did Pops find out about your guys' relationship?
I told my dad, and then one day he was like, call him on my phone, see how much he loves you. I'm like, okay. I called him. He grabs the phone from me. He says, if you ever come around my daughter again, I will put your ass in jail.
So he came around again. No, and he went to jail.
How long?
He only went for a year.
A
He did
year?
a year for you?
Damn.
Did you ever see him? Like,
I'd rather fuck my
did you
cousin.
go visit him?
No.
No commissary, nothing?
Nope.
Didn't send him a Snickers bar.
My
Would you-
dad had a restraining order against
Would you
him.
rather go to jail for a year for her or fuck your cousin? Be like, listen, it's over.
Wait,
I'm going to go have sex with my cousin or stay with you and I got to go to jail for a year.
I wouldn't get either one of them. I'd just be out on both.
The public knows you went to jail, or the public knows you fucked your cousin.
Can I not opt
You
out
don't
of both
know.
options?
Those are her two boyfriend experiences. The one made the smart decision and fucked his cousin. The other one
Cousin,
made,
I would let somebody leave me for their cousin. Yeah.
no, you have to fuck your cousin or you go to jail. Both.
Did the guy that had sex with his cousin, did he know he was fucking his cousin?
Yes.
What do you think? Only she knew. Like she's
What
like,
if it's like a
I like did his DNA. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait, hold
that's
on.
your
But
cousin.
what if it's like a
What would
cousin you never like you realized and it was like
Oh, it was definitely like a second or third cousin.
yeah,
He still
blood.
knew.
Yeah,
third cousin probably, yeah.
it doesn't matter.
No,
Your
fuck
cousin.
The jail. Fuck a year in jail.
You go
Third
to jail.
cousin.
No, not third cousin. Your mother's.
No. She said second, third cousin.
It doesn't
third
matter.
cousin. No. 1 year in jail.
What if your
No.
cousin's super hot? Do you think you should be allowed to have sex with them?
No. I say like that. I say that like I'm triggered. No.
No,
Were you triggered?
I mean, I have a cousin who
is hot.
definitely made some advances to me when I was younger.
It's got to be a compliment, honestly. To
Advances? What does that mean?
that's a
Like payments?
No, like come on to you. Like
Came on to
he-
me. Yeah.
biggest compliment is definitely hitting on a family member because you're like, I'm risking so much by trying to fuck you because it gets awkward after that,
Very.
right? Like if I do it at a bar or a girl rejects me, you're like, whatever, bye, bitch. But if I hit on my fucking cousin and she goes, ew, you're like, well, this is now awful.
That's
You
a whole
didn't
lot
hit
of
on me
Mormon
like
shit.
that though.
Yeah,
You,
so
like-
you're welcome, honestly.
Yeah.
Big props.
I wish
do you guys
could've
still
just
hang out?
told me you're pretty. But
Would
he was
he-
like, "Can I see your bongos?"
Like your tits?
Yeah, I was like,
Whoa, how was
I
he?
so
7?
young.
Was your cousin
No,
7?
okay, he was like 15.
Can I see your bongos?
And I
What the
was
fuck is going on with Mormons? You guys got crazy lingo also.
First of all, you have weirder
What the fuck
lingo.
are bongos.
Bongos.
I understand. But I'm saying if he really said bongos to you,
yes,
Yeah, he's I would have sex with my
15. I was 14, and I was like, "You mean my dad's drums?" Like, I genuinely said that in text. I didn't.
Your dad has bongos?
He has like some drums. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was a miscommunication the whole time. Wait, your dad happened to have bongos.
I know.
bongos are
And then
African
he
drums, right?
Huh?
They're just like, yeah,
they're
those
just like
little two
bongo
drums.
drums.
Bongo drums, right? But like the chances to refer to someone's this guy's a genius creep.
He was smart.
He's like, can I see your bongos? And then if you went, yeah, and flashed him, he's like, score. But if you went, ew, no, what do you mean, my dad's bongos? And he's like, oh yeah, let me play with those.
That is.
He said
Genius.
no.
He wanted to see your tits.
Yeah. And then we played a game of hide and seek.
Which is
one day.
crazy because I could literally be like, Cara, can I see your tits?
Yeah, and I-
Can I see your bongos?
Yeah.
There you go.
Whoa.
So you can cut that out.
You see that?
Right.
I did a good job.
Look at that.
Natalie would be proud of me.
I'm
'cause
just saying I'm better than.
I should have given a warning.
I just quickly did that and saw it coming and adjusted right to it.
I just wanted
Good
to-
boyfriend.
It's a good
Credit to
boyfriend.
me.
Really good boyfriend.
There you go.
If your cousin's watching, I got to see her bongos. Have you ever been advanced by a family member? Okay, you don't want to
No one in my
fucking. He
family-
doesn't want to
no.
destroy his
I've
family,
been
right?
no,
No one in my
I've been
family knows.
I've had weird interactions with like some I had like older guy cousins that try to do some very sus shit to me.
Like
Really?
what? What's the sussiest?
Like they would be like kind of like, yo, if you show me mine, I'll show you yours, and I'd be like,
Lightsaber.
That's not sus.
war?
Why is that weird?
Do you guys do
It's
that?
just like looking at someone's. Why do people
but-
think that's such a
do you
weird
guys
thing?
do that? Like have lightsaber wars?
No, because like you need a big to have a lightsaber.
yeah, he would do
That's
weird
like-
shit like that, like yo, don't tell your mom if you do that, or blah blah blah. He would just do some weird shit, and I'll be like, dude, don't do that.
Have you? I've seen so many male in my life just from like gyms
Gyms
and like going to like
Equinox?
Wow.
no, like going like with my dad to like the YMCA and shit, and you're like all the dudes in there in the 90s and 2000s like had their fucking you okay?
Yeah.
hiccup?
Hiccup.
Oh.
Sorry.
Had their fucking out.
Yeah,
That's why I've never understood the trans people in the bathroom argument. They're like, we don't want to see in here. I'm like, I don't want to see either in the mailroom.
yeah,
It should just be bathroom separated by what you want to see.
right.
Be like, instead of what gender you are, it's like, oh, you want to have titties?
In
Come
your
in here.
face.
Right? And if you're like in there, maybe there's some girls that are like, oh, I like when guys are in here.
Yeah,
Maybe you'll find a horny one.
We should separate bathrooms by what you want to see.
I agree. They have stalls too, so it's like perfect.
So basically, people are just
so
gonna be
you're
fucking.
deciding for the general public what?
I think everyone would agree.
Do you like looking at dicks?
It depends on the dick. If it's pretty, I like pretty dicks.
I've never seen a dick that I thought was pretty.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Not yet.
I have.
I don't think I've ever known. I don't think I've ever seen that. Personally, sorry guys.
All right, I'm gonna kill the awkwardness of that.
So you didn't even finish.
No, the rest of the list is stupid. The more I read it, the worse it gets. So I don't even want to.
One really threw me
no,
off.
teens must pass the chastity test. No criticizing the leadership, and lying is okay. This
Wait,
list
lying is okay. Can we touch that up? Is that true?
lying is okay in every religion, Val.
You know what? You make it. The Mormon faith makes it seem like lying is okay by how much they fucking lie to each other.
But what religion's telling the truth?
True.
Right. Yeah. Agreed.
Like I lie in
That doesn't mean
relationships.
it's a rule
Lying is
that
just
lying is okay.
It is okay.
Yeah, I mean, lying is.
I think lying is okay. The way they always do lying is okay is if it's for the greater good. You lie in relationships, right?
Right, if it's
You
for
put
the
on an
benefit.
outfit and you're fat, right? And now you're my girlfriend. I'm most likely going to be like, you look great. And
I
then,
would literally say,
jerk off to something else.
if I don't look good in this outfit, you better fucking tell me. You better not let me go in public looking fat.
Oh, so you do want people to not lie to you.
looking what? What did you say?
She doesn't want
Looking
she
bad?
doesn't want her man to lie to her. If she looks gross, she's like, tell me to change, right?
Yes.
You don't want someone to be like,
how the fuck are you gonna let other people look at me when I look like that?
maybe we don't want other people to look at you. Maybe that's a form of negging.
Fucking evil.
Don't like. I prefer sometimes when my girlfriend dresses gross.
Or there's like a booger hanging out.
Yeah.
Not a
No
booger.
no one will hit on
No,
me
I
now.
think booger. Not a booger. No.
Okay, good.
But
That's good.
Yeah,
Not
it's
evil.
okay to look a little bummy sometimes, right?
Of course, yeah.
Do you like it when someone hits on your girl, Val?
I welcome it. I don't mind it.
I view it as a compliment.
Yeah, I view it as a compliment as well. I think it's
It is.
And it's also interesting for me to then be like, hey, I need to see how she handles herself in this situation.
Right, exactly.
That's why I never stood like alpha dudes who would roll up and just start fights because someone hit on their girl. Because you're
Dude,
just
you got a hot girl.
no, and it's also you got to let her handle the situation because if you're not there, how are you ever going to trust her? And then you become dudes like Jonah Hill. If you're not there, you can't trust your girl. That's why I'm like, anytime Este's ever been hit on, I don't even care. I just watch her throw the, brush the guy off, and you're like, yeah, this is great. When I'm not here, I know she can handle herself.
Right.
But it's like these brolic dudes roll up and start fist fight over some chick.
Yeah,
And you're like, dude, that's a compliment.
my territory.
I mean, I sometimes find that hot.
Right? Like if you buy a nice car or a nice watch,
You like a
someone wants to be like complimented on it.
You
Why
want, like-
can't someone compliment my
Yeah,
girlfriend?
you want like a dude to have like Hunger Games over you type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want?
I'm a little fucked up in the head. I
No
want
shit.
a guy who's going to let me fuck other guys for my OnlyFans, but also murder any guy that wants to touch me.
Is there a difference between a guy hitting on you and a dude coming on your face?
It's like I want a coffee, but I want it to taste like
One's
iced
business
tea.
for me. One's business, one's attraction.
I'll handle the analogies, Val.
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Go. Get him. Get him.
No, but it is nuts. How are you supposed to separate a guy? You're like, I want a guy to beat up the guy that I don't want to hit on me, but I want him to be okay if some other guy comes on my face.
Okay, it's like I want a guy to be possessive over me and not just be like so carefree, but I also still need to do my job.
Do you think this could be addressed with a therapist?
This is my therapist.
You
Yes.
just want a guy in a cage that you let loose when you're
'Cause
like,
I-
that guy sucks, but get back in the cage. I'm about to
Like
fuck
a
this guy.
dominant male, like a dominant animal that's
dominant
trapped
male.
in this cage, and I'm like, I'll have to let him out, and he's gonna.
Can a dominant male, can a true dominant male who can stand up for you and fight for you and do whatever he needs to do to handle his woman, also at the same time watch his girl get fucked by someone else? Can those two exist together?
Not even watch, maybe just allow.
The great example of this would be the new porn that just came out with Lena and
Adam
Jason Love and Adam 22. Those of you who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Cara, do you know what went on?
Yes.
Can you just fill us in real
They
quick?
recently got married, and then she did her first BBC collab.
She's never had sex with a man outside of
her
Adam
first
22.
Male collab with a BBC, right?
Adam 22 got her into porn. She hasn't fucked any other penises since they've been together.
Right.
They do threesomes with girls or foursomes with girls for their podcasts and everything else.
Right.
They get married.
Adam allows her to get destroyed by a BBC, and now the fucking internet is fuming.
The funny thing about this is I had two opinions on this. The first opinion I had on this is like, this is fucking absolutely wild, because I really would never, ever want my girlfriend to go through that. I
You
know
say that like she got traumatized.
No, it's more of, okay, not my girlfriend to go through that. I lied. I don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It sounds
It's just
like a money grab, which it was.
100%.
it is.
And I'm curious to know the numbers because my Jewish brain could be convinced of a lot of things once you start presenting money. Right?
Right.
Money's
Right? Like, how
very
much money do you
persuasive.
think they made? Like $1 million off of it?
Fuck, I don't know. I'd have to see what their normal average are, you know, for their OnlyFans.
I mean, everyone's talking about it beforehand, right? They hyped it up pretty good.
yeah.
It got it was trending on Twitter. I would have to guess $1 million at least.
probably more. You know why?
It got the
Because-
same hype as a comedy special.
Right, especially with that new thing they just did saying that Jason disrespected Adam or whatever.
What do you mean?
Now
How?
they're like in beef.
Oh, so, well, they're just milking
having
this.
internet
Yeah,
beef.
they're
They're
milking
just
it.
doing the smartest thing ever. They're like, you know, I think Tyler the Creator said it once. He's like, most artists stop promoting the art that they made once it's released. They do all the hype, they drop it, and they walk away. He's like, well, you should promote after the fact as well. The song still lives on.
Right.
They're just fucking continuing milking this sex tape.
Right.
But
But
would you ever,
would I ever get myself involved in something like this?
like, I would look, if Estee was like, I'm okay, let's fuck girls together, I'd be like, this is great news for me.
Right.
Great news, because it gives me an option. I'm not saying I would always take it, but it's like, sweet, we have another lane in our sexual life.
The only reason-
But if she was like, I want to fucking fuck this black guy right now, not even a black guy, I don't even know is it worse that it's a black guy, or is it just bad that it's another guy?
Black people are aliens or something?
No, I would feel hurt that it's a white guy, because I'd be like, oh, she replaced me.
Right.
Right, a
Very
black guy, I have things he doesn't, he has things I don't, so it's like a little less.
Uncomparable.
But there's different shades of
Uncomparable.
white, right? So there's like
No, do you
Ukrainian
know what I
white,
mean?
Russian white.
You know what I mean? Like
Ohio
just a
white,
fucking
you know?
white dude.
I get it, but I'm saying black dudes.
Stop it! They're not going to tear your pussy apart. These girls give birth. Like, you'll be fine.
My whole thing is
I don't know about that because
What?
when I dated this Mormon guy, he had like a 5 to 6 inch dick, and then I dated my ex, and
That's big, right? We're talking about the big side.
yeah, he's big. He
5 to
was like,
6 is big.
No,
Oh.
my I'm sorry, my ex, the very recent one, had like a 8.5 to 9. And so for like 3 weeks, I was in so much pain.
Right. But I just mean, like, your pussy doesn't get
Adjusting to the
stretched.
size.
Right. I understand that. Fine. Like,
It
if
doesn't
Estee
adjust
sat
to
on
the
a black,
size.
if Estee sat on a black
Especially if
dick.
it's consistent. If you do it like one time, no, it's not going to affect it.
Well, yeah, like, you're not giving birth every day. I'm
Right.
just saying, like, you fuck one black guy is the same thing as like a chick giving birth. Like, your pussy will go back to normal. This
Right,
whole
right,
like, well,
exactly,
the
100%.
arguments for what they're trying to shit on him for are dumb. Some of them are dumb. You know that her pussy's gonna be all stretched out. It's like, it's literally not
No,
gonna.
literally
right?
not.
That's gonna be fine.
But like you see, going back to keeping a guy that's in a cage, that's dominant and that's powerful and strong.
Never gonna allow that.
No, I'm saying like she's into that, right? You want like a guy that's very like possessive over you and stuff like that. So I just have a feeling that the reason why the internet is making fun of it in a cuck simp way is because most men that are very strong, possessive, and dominant don't want their person getting abused by another dominant, strong man.
I get it.
Because girls get fucked and we do the fucking. That's the whole situation of why.
It's like the
people-
other man's taking the power away from
Correct. So
the-
you're basically
like a disrespect.
You're like a softie. You're like beta.
Right.
At that point.
I get it.
Right.
It's like, you eat at a restaurant. I don't like when people put their like try to eat my food.
That's like you standing in line with your girl at a restaurant and a dude just comes in front of you guys and like, yeah, don't worry about it. See you later, buddy.
My turn, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
We're gonna get those 2 seats, and you're kind of like,
okay, babe, I'll see you.
I mean, I would step in there.
right. There you would step in, but what about another dude rocking out your shorty?
I mean, he'll probably knock me out. If Estee picks a black guy to fuck, like, I don't really have a choice, right? I'm just gonna sit in the corner and pretend. Like, do you think Adam 22 was just like, what do you think that conversation went like? Right? Is it like, it's probably
It's based on the
who,
money.
who do you? Yeah, but who do you think brought it to the table first? Like, do you think she's like, I want to do it, and he goes no, and then she's like, but think of the money, and he goes, oh, you're right.
Or it would have been the other way around. You said he got her into porn, right? Sounds like he's kind of the mastermind.
Right.
And if he is really a cuck, it would have been his idea.
There's other weirder shit on this planet than like wanting to watch your girlfriend get fucked or wife get fucked, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: if you had a friend, right, and your friend basically was like one of your bestest friends. You loved him so much and you guys did everything together, and you had an enemy that you didn't like, that just shitted on you, was nasty, fucked you on money, just did a bunch of crazy shit, right? And that enemy started hanging out with one of your best friends, a low-key. But your friend is like, listen, I make money with this. I make money with your enemy. Like, I make a little bit of money with them. But you're like the bestest friends with this person. Would you expect your friend to kind of take your side and not be friends with your enemy that did you dirty, like up and down, dragged you all over the place, just fucking obliterated your whole life? And would you be like to your friend, like, yo, I really don't like that you're hanging out with them. I don't care that you make $2,000 a month.
Okay, cool. But now that enemy made you $1 million.
But I'm asking you in general, right? Like, if in theory,
But I'm not a selfish person, and if someone's benefiting from it,
you would just
Go the fuck off.
you would just be like, yo, just do your own thing, right?
do it. Like,
Fire.
if we're gonna still
Okay.
be friends, like, if we can keep things separate, cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like, let's be
You
fucking
wouldn't be worried that
adults.
some of your information is getting leaked through your friend to that enemy?
If I had reason to speculate,
Who are your enemy? What do you
But I'm
just
saying, I'm giving.
Val,
a
you're talking about this like narcos, like your
I'm
enemy.
giving it like a hypothetical question because I want to see.
I love
How
how
many
this
enemies
is
do you have?
hypothetical, but I can actually apply it because something like this kind of happened to me.
All right, so what happened?
I had a girlfriend live with me because she claimed her sister, like, drama happened, and so I was like, yeah, come live with me until you find another place.
Right.
She said okay. She was living there for free. I gave her my bed, my bedroom. I was sleeping on the couch.
Oh,
She
wow.
was not looking for another place. I started dropping her off, like, to have sex with guys, and she would get drunk, and then
Was she getting paid for having sex with guys?
dick appointments.
You were literally just housing an intern,
Yes.
and you could have. And meanwhile, you have
then-
sex for money.
Yeah. I kicked
It's
her
kind of
out.
your fault for not really training her.
Yeah.
So hypotheticals, schmeticals, real situation
Real
right
life. She also told people she gave me $8,000 to live with me for a month, and I was
See?
like,
there. See?
you didn't give me a dime.
You see
I
what
actually
happens?
gave you money.
You see what happens? I got it right on the point.
You really
Are you
did.
guys still friends?
No.
Yeah, of course not.
It's
You
been
shouldn't be.
3 years.
What I was trying to say, sorry, I got high and forgot. The whole point of bringing up the fucking Adam 22
Right.
sex tape to me was like, would you rather know that it happened or be in the room? And to me, this is where I flip-flopped instantly. Is I think I'd rather be in the room.
Oh, not me, man.
You know why? Because my imagination will run wild if I'm not in the room. What are they doing there for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, right? But dude, I watched the sex tape. I would have been laughing half the time if I was in that room. If this was what Este and another dude put out, I would be like, thank God I'm in the room, because I would have killed myself guessing the craziness that's going down.
It's easy to say when it's
It's
not
fucking.
estate
Tell me
on
you're
the
not going to
screen.
laugh. Tell me you don't laugh at this. I'm just going to
Oh,
play
God.
this. I'm just going to play this for
Let's
you
hear it.
real quick. Just listen to this and tell me this isn't the funniest thing ever. If I was in the room and that's happening, I would fucking lose it.
You've never had a girl queef?
No. I've had a
On you?
girl queef, but that just sounds like a cartoon queef to me. That doesn't even sound like a good queef.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though I queef too, I'm guilty. All girls are.
Queefs are sexy.
Especially if you're fucking
Queefs are sexy.
fucking
That sounds
doggy
like-
style,
that-
because air's getting in there. But they are funny. They're funny.
That's a
as fuck,
fucking
and I'm always
hilarious.
embarrassed when they happen.
This
The
whole
guy's always
sex
like,
tape.
it's okay, baby.
This whole sex tape, literally, I would let if this was out, I'd be like, oh, we made $1 million off of this. This looked like lovemaking.
The issue is with that. I agree with you. Like, if you're,
You'd be upset if a black guy made your girl
no, it's
queef.
not about that. I think on the business side, it's always like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, we make money. Woo.
And at some point,
No, it's not about that. It's like, if you don't plan to have kids one day. It's
why you're
easy to
worried?
say.
You're saying that
I'm
because
saying that
they have
down the
children.
line, if your kids grow up a certain way, how do you go and spend years and months explaining certain shit?
Let me ask you this: like, she was raised Mormon.
fake
Is that arguably worse to be raised Mormon or to be raised under the roof of a
that's not the
wealthy
question.
porn star family?
But yeah, that's not the question, though.
Well, the question is like, what's more damaging to a child, right?
Oh,
Growing
you're
up
saying-
knowing that your mom got fucked by a black guy for $1 million, or
The
growing up in
suicide
a
rate
Mormon
in
church.
Utah is extremely high. I
Yeah,
have to say
see?
that.
Yeah, but everyone in Utah is Mormon.
A majority.
Yeah, but also a lot of people that get tattoos that don't file religion suicide too, right?
Right.
What does that have to do? What are
I'm
you
just
saying?
saying, but you guys are saying like there's people that are just atheists that kill themselves 24/7.
No,
Right,
we're
but
just.
it's more common in the Mormon faith, especially when like trans or gay or something, or they someone comes out, their parents are not approving, not accepting, and it really, really affects the kid.
Yeah, but I feel that's most of America too. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I don't think
Mormons
we can
are
apply
extremely
that.
homophobic. unfortunately.
I mean, so is most of America.
Really? I feel like most of America has become more normal and...
Take you to Idaho for like 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
I'll show you something.
You
over
see
there.
how gay you act in Idaho.
Yeah.
Okay, shit.
Illinois.
Disappointed.
Right?
What? Is that an Idaho accent?
I don't know.
I thought an Idaho
was
accent
trying to
would be
figure
more
out-
like Fargo, like don't you know? Like we're just here making
That's like
potatoes in
Canadian,
Idaho. It's
is
like
that
Fargo.
not?
It's like Fargo. It's that Midwestern accent.
Florida.
Florida does not like gay people at all.
Yeah. Texas.
Damn.
Tennessee.
These popular states, huh?
That's right.
All the good ones. All the good ones.
All the good barbecue spots.
Yeah, so I don't think I could do that. This all wraps up neatly into this story you wanted to tell us.
Yeah, can you
Because-
please hear the story?
because-
I've been kind of waiting for this moment
Okay.
patiently throughout this whole episode.
So break it down.
I was in
Paint
a
us-
relationship at the time.
You were in a relationship. You're chilling at home. Paint the whole visual. We want to know. We want to feel what
all
you're
right.
feeling.
It's July 1st, 2020. Okay? I am 20 years old.
Mid-pandemic,
Mid-pandemic, keep in mind.
about to celebrate America.
So I posted a reel, and at the time on Instagram, you had to tag the creator. Otherwise, you'd get a copyright notice. I posted this video, didn't tag the creator of the music I used, and it got a flag. So I went and tagged The Weeknd because I was using his song.
What was the video? We can't show that on YouTube. I can tell you that.
So this is the video that got you to talk to The Weeknd?
Yeah, this is the video
Well,
that
don't
got
jump
his
ahead yet. We
attention.
don't know what's happening yet. She posted this video.
Yes.
She had to tag The Weeknd so that she doesn't get a copyright
Right.
strike.
And at
3
that-
years ago.
Right. And at that moment, I was like, fuck it. I already tagged him. Let me just send him a message. So I said, you single yet? And,
Was he single at the time? Who was he with?
he was-
Ariana Grande?
he
No,
was-
they were
no, it
long
was
gone.
Bella.
Bella Hadid.
You were how old? You were 19?
20.
20. I was at a dick appointment's house, and we had just finished having
Dick
sex.
appointment.
Clarify.
You have a boyfriend at the time.
Yeah, we were in an open relationship, so we were filming for OnlyFans, me and this other guy.
This is such a great way to be able to like just cheat now and call it content creation. It was one thing we have to show up on set, blah, blah. Now it's like, I'm going to go suck this guy's dick and he's going to film it with his iPhone. You're like, that's used to be called cheating.
It's so funny because
Wow.
the way I see it is no emotional connection involved with the guys that are like, hey, you want to collab? Like, cool. Like, well, obviously we find each other attractive and would have sex with each other, but we treat
That's
it very,
cheating.
We treat it very business-like.
That's all cheating is. I don't have emotional attachments when I cheated. If I could have just had a phone with me and
I
call
think-
it content creation.
I think that's
it
where the
would've been a lot
boundaries
easier to
in that
cheat.
relationship were, is the emotional boundaries. It's like
That's
every
cheating to you.
relationship-
Emotional.
Yes, every
Okay.
relationship has their own boundaries, and that was ours.
Okay. So anyways, you're at an appointment with a John.
Just finished having sex, and I checked my phone, and it said The Weeknd had liked my message.
I would have literally came.
We literally both looked at each other, and I said, The Weeknd just liked my message, and he said, you're shitting me. And I said, no, look. And I didn't reply until I got home because I was like shaking with nervousness and excitement.
Wait. What did he say back to you?
He just liked the message.
Oh, so you were like, okay, you just got the heart on
Yes.
Are You Single Yet? And
Yes.
you were so excited.
Yeah, so I went back home and I literally said to him, I was in the middle of a dick appointment when you liked my message. And I can't remember exactly what I said, but he said, LOL. And then he said, what's your number? I texted him my number.
And this is right when he released After Hours too.
I think so.
Dude, this is so smart because like most other girls would be like, I like Molly would be like, I like The Weeknd. I just send him a heart. Like you're so smart to just lay out the terms by being like, I just got done fucking for money. This is nuts. And he just gets to go, oh, hookers don't tweet, except they do podcasts. But like usually the concept of having sex with someone, he knows what he's getting.
Yeah.
And a girl that knows how to fuck.
Yeah.
Instead of like talking to these, you know how many girls DM The Weeknd that are like trying to suck his that have like probably the worst blowjob of his life.
Right.
Like if I'm gonna
I
fuck any.
swear to God, I gave him. Sorry.
Okay, so continue. All right, so this is so exciting.
Yeah.
Like I get excited when like Mario Lopez leaves a comment on my page. You got The Weeknd sliding in your DMs asking for your number. Oh my god.
He
So now
texted
you're
me.
nervous.
I'm nervous as fuck. He texted me. He said, hey, with a devil face and said, were you actually Mormon?
How does he know that?
Because at the time, I went by the username The Naked Mormon.
Got it.
So that kind of got him going too, probably, because he
Yeah.
knows that there's taboo there.
This guy's not too bright. Like, why was she Jewish? Why would she lie? It's a naked Mormon.
Yeah, but people,
He's just
People create
he's trying to make small talk. I get it.
Right.
A guy named The Weeknd.
I told him obviously yes. And then he FaceTime audio called me. This was at like 12 at night, mind you.
FaceTime audio.
Yes.
Wow.
You know why, right?
Why? Because he had surgery?
No, because
It's AI.
the federals cannot pick up on the call.
Oh, I thought you meant that. Why wouldn't he do FaceTime video?
No, because he's not. He's maybe shy. He's a shy guy.
Or maybe he knows a girl probably won't answer.
I
'cause
definitely wouldn't have answered if he
Okay.
FaceTimed me. But I answered and I had not saved his number, so
you just,
when he called, I was like, "Who is this?" And he was like, "You can't tell by my voice."
what does his voice sound like?
No, it's kind of like deeper than that, you'd think, by his music, but it's kind of deep.
Did you poop your pants the minute he's like, you
Yeah.
don't recognize who I am? That's got to be humbling for him.
My heart started pounding. I literally got wet in my pants, and I was like, "Oh,
Damn, imagine
sorry."
having
Yes.
that power. You're The Weeknd, and some girl that you're calling to fuck goes, who is this? And he's like, The Weeknd.
Literally, he's like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "Nothing." He's like, "You want to come over?" I was like, "Sure." So then he texted me his address.
Where was he staying, at a house or a hotel?
He had this
An Airbnb?
house thing. It looked like a hotel. Like valet came and got me, and they said go to the top floor. I went to the top floor, and it opened to this huge ass, just his place. The elevator opened into a penthouse,
Sick.
and there was just windows everywhere. It was like the entire top floor. There were tons of statues everywhere, like from movies and
This
stuff.
was in LA.
Wow. He calls for you to come over.
Then he sends the
What do you
address.
sent the address? What are you putting on? What are you packing?
Well,
how are you
first
getting
off,
there?
Let's stop there. My boyfriend at the time was right next to me when he called me.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And
He was kind of jaw drops, you know? He was like, "Is she gonna actually do this?" And I was like, "I'm going. Like, if you don't let me do this, I will fucking hate you forever."
right, because like, what are the chances you're ever gonna thread that needle again?
Exactly. And I would literally regret dating you if you never.
Right, because
do
you look at that guy and in a split second you're like, yeah, I'm not marrying you. Like, I'd rather do The Weeknd, right? Like, you look at it, you're like, this could all end. I'm never not gonna, like, I'll regret this forever.
You only get one fucking life.
I get it.
I was like, I'm
I would
going
have been
over
so
there.
jealous. I would have been sad and jealous. I would have been like, I wish I got that DM. Also, there was no conversation of money implied.
No.
You would have done it for free.
Oh, I did it for free.
Oh, well, that's got to hurt too.
Oh, it didn't
Like-
hurt at all. I was blessed to have what happened.
No, I just meant like, as your boyfriend
for
at the
my
time,
boyfriend.
to be like, oh, you're
I
not
mean,
even
it's the
going to
fucking
make.
Weekend. If it was a random guy, he would have been like, "Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you?" But this is.
So he was
the
excited for you,
Weeknd.
or was he jealous?
Yeah, he was excited and a little jealous.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking eat his cum out of you
How
later.
jealous was he? How jealous was he? Honestly.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where did you sense that there was like, all
He was
right,
like a
he's
6.5. He
Does
was
he
like,
still bring it up?
no.
It's like if Estee does something better than me, I'm happy for her, but I'm like, fuck this bitch.
We're not together anymore, but like when we were together, he would honestly use it as a flex.
Really?
'Cause he got to say that his girl was
With The Weeknd?
hit on by The Weeknd. Yeah.
That's interesting. So it's good. Some people could flip that and make it positive.
I mean, I guess you gotta, life gives you lemons. You gotta make lemonade. Like if
Squeeze
The
them,
Weeknd
yeah.
fucks your girl, you just gotta be like, guys,
Why
The
you
Weeknd.
insinuate we fuck? You think I
Whatever. You and The Weeknd wants to fuck my girl. I don't really have a say there. It's kind of like abortion rights, right?
Yeah.
When somebody more famous than you wants to bang your chick, you got to be like, her body, her choice.
Right.
Yep.
So you throw some shit in a bag
Nothing.
Are you
in the
getting
bag.
dolled up?
I was already fucking dolled up. So
from getting fucked before.
yeah,
Where was the boyfriend when you're getting fucked? Is he waiting for?
waiting at home.
Okay, he's chilling at home.
I used his
You're
car,
just at work.
He's just playing NBA 2K, waiting at the
Yeah.
crib.
and I used his car to drive to the weekends.
You drove yourself?
Yeah. So I drove over there. I was literally listening to The Weeknd, making
What
these-
song?
You're like, I need
What
to get
song?
the
Tell me
lyrics.
What song?
literally all of the After Hours song.
Oh my God.
Where You Belong.
How long was this drive? This motherfucker didn't even send a car.
25 minutes.
He didn't even send a car. You were too nervous. You should have been like, can you send a car for me?
I was an independent little girl. I loved driving, so I didn't give a fuck.
Wow. Okay. When you walked in, was he like in a robe? Was he kind of like the lights were dim? Was he like it was like the Weeknd music video, or what was the vibe like?
I didn't see him when I walked out of the elevator. I actually had to say hello. like a fucking awkward
Do you just go,
fuck.
Mr. Weeknd?
Right?
Or do you
I was
go,
like,
Abel?
No, I didn't say that. I was just like, hello.
The weekdays are here.
Do you make any puns like, are you able to fuck me right now?
I think he would have kicked me
Oh,
out
I'm
if I
sorry.
did.
That would have been great. He's like, just keep your mouth shut.
Right? Literally, like, open your mouth and let me shove it.
How much was there? A lot of cocaine?
None.
I would imagine a mountain of cocaine.
Actually, none. None.
No music playing. No weekend music. Like, yo, let's listen to my new shit.
I think there was some like music playing in the background, but I couldn't hear what it was.
But he didn't ask you like, yo, let's go listen to my new mixtape that I'm about to drop.
No.
He doesn't need foreplay, dude. He's the Weeknd. She drove herself there to have sex.
He like wanted to know more about me. He
How
like
quickly did you get naked?
actually it took a while, like 15, 20 minutes. He just wanted to talk about me. I was like, this is so weird. I want to
Yeah,
talk
you know
about
what it
you.
is? I think that's a mechanism by guys to make it look like
They care.
they care, and then that the sex is earned versus like.
And I like
it's
that. I don't even
fast.
care if you're faking it. If you have the smartness to fucking do that,
To talk to you?
to make it
Pretend-
seem like you care or you're earning the sex, then yes, I'm gonna give you pussy. Because
Man, see, girls like this exist.
Right.
Yeah.
put in the fucking work.
Just put in 15 minutes. Ask me about my life.
Yeah.
And be the Weeknd, and I'll have sex with you.
Yes, be the weekend especially.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now,
so
now
now-
you walk in, you're like, hello, the weekend, are you here? And
Yeah.
then he comes out. Right?
Where'd she get British for?
I don't know. I'm just picturing this to be
Yeah,
a
so
very Batman cave kind of vibe right now.
he had like a really big half rectangle couch, and on top of it were like tons of Disney stuffed animals, just tons.
That's creepy.
tons.
That's fucking weird, man.
And then there were
weird.
like statues from like different movies, like Alien, like the
Yeah.
So there was like that statue in one of the corners, and then he had a dog, a Doberman named Caesar. Okay.
Anyways, you and the Weeknd getting frisky.
Yeah, so we sat down, talk about me for like 15, 20 minutes, and then I don't know, he just like starts feeling me up, takes my top off, kind of like guides me down the couch,
I'm picturing this. Sorry.
opens his legs, pulls down his pants, and I am overwhelmed by the sight of his. I had never seen something so fucking big in my life. I
Black
was
guys, man.
terrified. I literally looked at it and he's like, you got it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I suck on his head for like the entire time. I can't get any deeper than that. I already was going to get lockjaw from sucking on the tip of his.
That's gotta be
then
a
the
burden to
crazy-
have it that big.
The craziest thing happened after
Oh
that.
my God, what happened?
He grabbed his dick, leaned further back on the couch, and asked me to lick his asshole.
Nice.
And it was waxed.
Well, of course it's waxed.
Why? Of course.
Because he knows this is his move, right? He's like, my gonna be too big. I'm gonna have to jerk myself off, and I'll just get girls to lick my ass. So I'm just gonna clean that area.
Where did you come up with such a
Is that what happened?
brain activity?
Did you jerk him off while eating his ass? Did you give him a rusty
No.
trombone?
He jerked himself off.
See, exactly. A guy, that's the burden of having a big dick. Listen, my small army. We're
Jewish
blessed.
kinks-
We're
Jewish
blessed.
kinks over here.
We're
This is
blessed.
how you
We're
know.
blessed. Every girl can deep throat me. He's got to be like, cool, I have a big dick, but like it's literally just like having a Hummer on a small dirt road. You're like, dude, like that's just inconvenient. This guy's got to have girls to lick his butthole, and he's got to jerk off.
Yeah.
That sounds way worse.
I guess that's the. I guess he was prepping for this.
He might-
That's what I said.
Or,
He-
you know what? My assumption was maybe he just likes butt stuff and has.
you have to like butt
always
stuff if
keeps
you're
it
that big.
I mean, yeah,
like
if you
this
have
big.
stuffed
True.
Disney animals, you most likely love butt stuff.
True.
You
I
know,
have Disney tattoos.
you like butt stuff,
Okay, fair point.
You make a lot of butt toys.
and you
I
like
make
Mickey
a-
Mouse.
I
so-
just have my butt's very active, but not sexually, just more toilet wise.
active.
Active. I poop a lot.
Oh
It
yes,
goes both ways, man. I bet it feels great.
yeah.
I just don't want to find out. That's my fear. I don't want to end up the Weeknd.
He has those sour poops, because he eats a lot of pickles.
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter how my poops smell. It's the fact that like this is genuine. Like I'm not even like lying to you guys or like trying to be funny.
Okay.
I'll put my finger in my butt in the shower, like when I'm washing, and I'll be like, that doesn't feel bad, right? Like I just feel
What do you do with that?
like I put a little soap on there and I go, like you just clean a little bit. You want to get a little bit.
I got you. So what do you
it's like,
doing?
clean like a
what
little
is that?
test tube. No, but when you're
I'm
showering,
asking you, what's the
everything
point
in
of
the
that?
shower feels safer.
Right.
Like the
But
first
I'm
time
asking
you're
you, what-
molested should be in the
How old were you
shower.
when you first started doing that?
What?
How old were you when you first started cleaning your ass like that?
So the first time I jerked off was in the shower because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
But I think the shower, I think, breeds purity. Like it washes everything
I
away.
get it, but I'm asking.
So anything I've done in the shower,
because you're saying you're genuine about it.
So
I'm
like,
asking
so you know, like
if I
you
lost
put a
my
little, you
virginity in the shower?
squeeze out a
I
little
understand.
fucking Dawn or whatever you shower with.
Right, Dove.
Dawn. Dude, that's dish soap.
No.
You squeeze it out a little.
There's soap in your ass.
Yo. Listen, you squeeze it out.
There's detergent
You
in
squeeze a
that.
little out. It acts like lubricant, and you just do a little, and you just kind of like you feel like your butthole got cleaner, and it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel bad, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want more than that because I'm afraid. What if I
you
like that? And everyone
Like
says
just the shower.
I feel safe in the shower. Like I can pee in the shower. I don't pee anywhere else.
Every man should start cleaning his asshole.
I usually
like
do it
that.
with this. I usually do.
That should be the new thing. If you don't
probably
clean your
this stuff.
ass like that, you need to get in there. If you're not getting in there,
You're
not
squeezing
getting all
2
of it
in?
out.
At
2?
once?
3, baby.
You're an idiot. You will never fit 3 in that ass. That's a tight ass. You're definitely doing tops of pinky in there, baby.
No.
And look at that little thing.
That looks like my wiener. What are you talking about?
That looks like a clean device for your ass.
No. I'm picturing it, Val. I do it that way, and it feels fine. I'm just worried that I'd like it. I'm scared
What do you
to
do?
like
Are
a
you
new
on
thing.
your toes against the wall type of thing?
No, it's more of like it's more like
because you did the fetal just now. You're not doing fetal in the shower. Show
I'll be
me.
in the shower.
Okay.
The shower's coming down on me.
Right.
And I'm
Why do you
Please don't.
look like
You
an
just-
animal? Okay, go ahead. Show me.
Please don't. You just stick
The
your.
shower head's right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'll just
How?
take my little thing.
Right.
Squeeze it in my hand, and I'll
Okay.
just throw my hand on the wall.
Oh
Okay.
no.
My head down a little bit. Let
Right.
the water run down me.
Okay.
Stick your hand back.
And then I'll
No,
go a little
no.
right.
Oh, okay.
It's as if I picked a wedgie, but
weird.
instead I clean my butthole out.
Pick your
For not
wedgie
cleaning
out
your
of
asshole. That's how you.
asshole.
How do you clean your asshole?
I rub over it like a bunch of times.
What about
with
the
soap.
inside? You've never.
Not
How do you
the
clean a mug?
inside.
How do you clean a mug? Just
I
the outside?
shit. It literally shits clean.
No, but the poop touches the walls as it's coming
But
out.
the walls are smooth, so they don't stick. The poop doesn't stick there.
Well, we always have a segment of talking about shit for fucking 40 minutes.
Really?
No, I'm just.
Do you love shit or what?
No, I'm just saying. I feel like if something dirty pushes through a tube, that tube inherently becomes dirty. That's why girls clean their buttholes out, right? So, like, I'm just trying to get a
Yes.
little bit. Like,
Trust
you're
me,
telling
you
me,
should tell them that you
you're
clean the
telling me
inside.
this is your butthole, and you're like, I'll just clean around it, and I'm telling you, I go in a little to get this. If I pour coffee in here and then pour it out, there's coffee on the walls.
What if you have a huge shit in there? Are you gonna pull that out with your finger too?
No. When? Oh, I poop before the shower.
You're saying
I get
if it's
everything
stuck-
out. I'm fully. The butthole is the last thing I clean.
Okay.
And then I just clean it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever. You guys
Whatever.
are fucking weird.
Listen.
Maybe I'll
listen.
start fingering my holes while I clean.
Do you like stuff in your butt?
I do.
Oh, so
I
then
actually
just-
lost my anal virginity like 2 weeks ago.
What? This is. Oh yeah, you're young. See?
And I was Mormon.
Do you like butt stuff more or non-butt stuff more now? See? And that's why I'm afraid of it. Because what if I really am into butt stuff?
You're really gonna love it. It's so. Let me.
Like
it's
I've
so
never put our
fucking-
butt plug in.
It is so
You put our
fucking
butt plug
good.
in.
Yeah, but having a whole in your ass. Is
My whole dick? You think I can bend mine back into me? No, I don't think I could do anything inside my butt.
No, yeah. Listen, I mean, that's the thing with the butt. Depending on what you eat, you know, and depending on what kind of diet you have,
use
I,
an enema.
I really wouldn't play around with that.
I don't need
Use
I
an
know
enema.
enemas are stupid because when I think
Yeah.
about sex, it's very impulsive, and I don't need to like. That's why guys
Yeah, but most
can
girls
have dirt.
go to the
dirty.
restroom
You eat
before they
meat?
have sex
You eat
anyways.
meat?
Yeah.
No, she's not allowed to. Rule number 5:
No, she's
no
not-
eating
she's
meat in the
not Mormon
summer.
anymore. So you eat a lot of steak, all
It's
that
all
stuff.
I only eat meat.
Chipotle fan?
Yeah, but I mostly do meal
You should be cleaning your
You do
butthole
meal
with your
prep?
finger.
You
Get a test tube cleaner. You ever seen those things?
no.
It's like a
You
little
have?
brush. All right, back to the weekend story. Sorry.
Yes.
So biggest you've ever seen. You're licking his butthole. He's jerking himself off.
Mm-hmm.
You're down there
Is he
fucking.
holding his legs back like this?
Are you playing it like the fucking sax?
It felt like it, but I think he was more like just like
That's such a vulnerable position for a man.
Okay. No problem. I'm picturing it. All right.
It's like a lighthouse above you. You're looking up at it. This fucking thing.
right, literally.
What would you have done if he farted? Would you have like made a thing, or you're like, this is the weekend, get it together?
I think I would have done that.
You're like, eat the fart, eat the fart.
He was rocking the afro at that time after hours, right? He had the little afro going. He had glasses on, or what?
This sounds like a form of reparations, honestly.
I'm pretty sure he had the little
He's just looking for white girls to eat his ass to be
like a
like,
unicorn?
this is for slavery.
Little tail thing on his head.
Did you have sex with The Weeknd or a homeless guy in a hotel room who claimed to be The Weeknd? He's FaceTime audioing you. You don't know what he looks like. He's like, lick my asshole.
definitely The
Doesn't know
Weeknd.
the lyrics to his own
This
music.
was 3 years ago. I remember more of his dick than I do of his face because I spent the most time down there.
So let me ask you. So the
It's a
whole
smart
interaction,
homeless guy.
real quick, right? So you come in 15 minutes. You guys talk about your life. You're a Mormon, blah blah blah, and then you guys do the whole sexcapade. After that, you're just like, yo, I'm gonna see you later, peace out. Did you ever get a chance to kind of like ask him, hey, I love your album, or like,
I didn't want to fangirl. At
What do you
fucking all.
mean?
it's the weekend though?
Yeah.
I didn't want to fangirl in front of him.
What he thought? What did you think that he's DMs a girl as The Weeknd, and he's gonna be like, this bitch doesn't know
I
who I
wasn't
am?
gonna toot his horn that much. I sucked
You
his
licked that. You licked his ass.
Yes,
You can toot his
I'm
horn.
not- I'm gonna physically toot his horn, but I'm not gonna fucking verbally toot his horn.
If you're gonna lick my ass, at least like tell me that my art is good too.
Of course, you can insinuate it's good. He's like the fucking best artist in
No,
the world.
everyone needs to be complimented. Don't just lick my ass. Also, be like, Kirill, I like the
No,
photos you take.
He got the ass lick, and I think he was happy with that because he came in my mouth. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
and
Did
was
you
actually-
save it in a Ziploc bag? I would have ran that
that's
home.
The funny thing, I never thought about that until recently because I remembered the story. I was remembering it and writing it down, and I was like, okay, so he came in my mouth, and I remember he was like, "Are you?"
Where
good?
are you writing this down? Like a journal?
Yeah, I have a little journal.
You have a journal. One of the journal entries is The Weeknd came in my mouth.
Well, yeah.
I love you.
So
That's cute.
he asked me, he was like, "Are you okay?"
What did you- okay.
And I was like, "Can I just get a water?" So I had to shotgun his cum because I'm not good at swallowing.
Oh, I would have kept that in my mouth all day until I got to some sort
Yeah.
of.
Now looking back, I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
I
you
should've
weren't as good at
fished
marketing.
It out of there and sold it.
I would have just kept it in a vial around my neck. Cass, did you write in your diary today? Or will you after?
Probably after.
Do you write in it every day?
Yeah, I mean it's like a content diary too. So I write statistics, analytics, and other things too.
So it's like a business oriented diary.
Yes.
Today, sucked weekends, got 4,000 views on a.
The best thing that ever happened.
Like that's
Very
her.
calculated. My father was a Green Beret. He taught me well, so it's very organized.
Had chicken salad for lunch.
So-
Swallowed the weekends.
Great
Come.
poop.
Do you think you could have that kind of relationship with sex, Val? That it's like hit it and quit it? Like, I think I could, but I also, like, if I'm single and I'm The Weeknd, I want the girl for the whole experience, not just like 30 minutes. Like, what was it, an hour? How long you guys were together?
Felt very quick, but I assume it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right. I bet you felt like 9 hours for your fucking ex-boyfriend. He was
Probably.
like, literally, it
Felt
was like
like
time.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
thought
he's
that
sitting
shit
there.
was a month.
It's just each fucking second, just like, ka-king, ka-king. Like, what is
He's
she
just
doing?
sitting at home playing video games, like
Listening to The Weeknd?
You
like,
said that this was one of the, because you were like, oh, this was one of the best experiences of my life or something like that, right?
so far, she's
coolest.
23.
One of the coolest.
Oh, okay.
That
Did
is
it
a-
change anything? Did your perspective change on anything, or did you get anything out of this experience other than it being like a an award for
What are you
like,
it's just cool.
It was like technically an award for me because it was the first black I ever sucked.
I mean, you technically not only sucked a black, you sucked like one of the most successful black.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, if you view it as an award, like you blew a Grammy Award winning.
top selling.
Like if the first time you do something, you get to, like, it's like me being like, I went skateboarding yesterday with Tony Hawk.
Yeah, it's fucking lit.
Yeah.
It's like me blowing Tony Hawk.
The craziest thing about the whole
especially the
experience,
industry you're in, it's monumental kind
it
of.
is.
That's the cool thing about sex work, minus all the, I'm sure emotional and sexual abuse that gets tied in with it. But the plus side, though, is you kind of get to meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And I am jealous of that.
Yep.
Because, like, there will never be an opportunity.
I agree.
Where fucking Mila Kunis is going to want to sit on my
Sex is a big
face.
vessel to meeting people. You
It
know what I mean?
is.
So-
I've met famous bodybuilders after that too. So it
Okay,
like
just The
opens so
Weeknd
many
is the
doors.
Weeknd's
Yeah, the Weeknd's way cooler, in my opinion.
than
Yeah,
bodybuilders.
Yeah, bodybuilders are
He's
cool.
the coolest one.
Who's your next goal?
Goal?
Yeah, like what's the next reel you're going to make and tag someone and hopefully
Well, I think the Mormon
Eat their
guys
ass.
tossed the Weeknd.
I was gonna say that's the weird thing. When I was at his penthouse, he said the weird thing about your DM that you sent me is that it immediately just popped into my inbox. It didn't go to requests, just went into my inbox, and that's how I saw it. Yeah,
someone up there
I'm like, what the
wanted
fuck?
you
That's
to
so weird.
give The Weeknd a rim job?
I know, right?
So maybe being a Mormon did help out.
I guess.
Did you have fake titties at the time?
Yep, they were new.
How do you leave? What's the goodbye? You're like, bye, like I'll never see you again, or like I would have lingered. I would have actually made the weekend go like, oh, I have to run errands and leave. Like I'd make him treat me like every normal guy treats a girl that lingers too long. Like I would never leave the weekend.
I'm more of a hit it and quit it kind of girl, so I was honestly.
What? It's the weekend. Why would you not stick around the whole time? I would have
nervous
overstayed.
as
You're
fuck.
never.
He wasn't talking much.
Oh no, he was talking a lot.
You're
I was just
never
so
gonna.
nervous.
When's the next time you're gonna get to hang with the weekend?
Well, hopefully never again, because like I'd probably be nervous again.
Right, but the point is, you should have stayed. Like you should still have been in the room to this day with him. You should have held him hostage and
I
become
should have
famous.
never left. You're right. I should have let him hold me hostage.
Right.
It's crazy you didn't even
I was
sneak
the
in a
one who
little
left.
selfie.
No money, no selfie. Did you steal anything?
No.
Take a water bottle out of his
Like
fridge.
pluck a
Even
pube?
going into the bathroom, I was overwhelmed because the door was like 14 feet tall, and I was like scared to like, I don't know, it was huge. So everything was just overwhelming.
Was a part of you like, I wish the weekend would just punch me in the face so I can sue him and make like $10 million and my life
think
will
she was too
change?
young to think that
No,
way.
like
Yeah.
I would have gone in there and I
was
would have
too
made my
innocent.
boyfriend
I was
knock
just-
me in the eyeballs.
I was just like, wow, I must be something special. Like he really like. I just.
Who did you tell?
literally-
Everyone.
Best friend. I told my best friend who actually loved the weekend, and she.
You didn't FaceTime your best friend. I would have been, if I had
I
the weekend's
couldn't.
asshole on my tongue, I would have been like, Jessica.
You think
look,
he would have allowed that? I was so nervous.
A man is very vulnerable in that position.
I was new to LA, so I didn't know like about NDAs and about having phones.
Apparently neither did the weekend.
Yeah, no, I didn't sign anything.
Wow.
But that's also what made me nervous to whip out my phone, is because it was our first time meeting. So I was like,
Yeah,
I don't
but
wanna
like
see.
you got to assume it's your first and last. Once you're done on the way out, I would have been like, click,
I
click,
just
click,
didn't
click,
want to
click.
weird him out.
You didn't want to weird him out.
Yeah, but you got to understand,
Yes.
Kirill. She
Weird out
she's
the
coming
weekend.
back.
The man
She
who
thought
asked you
she's
to come
coming
like his
back.
asshole in the hotel. She didn't think she was coming
Yes, she
back.
did. She thought that she was special. She thought that maybe he
You
would
thought he's
bring
gonna
her back.
You thought you ate his ass so good, you'd be like, I'm gonna be back tomorrow.
No, I didn't think he was ever going to come back for me or like want me ever again. I think he just wanted a booty call. But I felt very special.
I would have
that
bitten his
a
dick.
celebrity of that caliber
would
chose
have
me for a booty call.
I would have bit his. I would have done something to make the news. Something to get hush money or make the news. This is, this might be a funny sex talk podcast sometimes. Sometimes we might talk politics, but it is always a business podcast deep down.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, I would have done everything in my power to be connected to the weekend in the news for a weekend, because you would have
For a weekend.
you would have had so many followers.
I know.
Bro, Vitaly made his girl run across the fucking field and she woke up with 2 million followers, spent 3 hours in jail, and then dumped his ass.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like,
That's actually who bought my boobs.
Vitaly?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. The weekend, you should have definitely, you definitely should have
I was
done something.
19. I
get
wasn't
it.
very calculated and evil like you are now.
I'm not evil. How am I evil?
I mean, if
They-
you
Weeknd
say
is
you're gonna
evil.
bite his for money for a lawsuit, that's a kind of fucking evil.
That is evil.
Better than working the rest of my life. That's literally better than working the
So
rest of
you
my life.
are evil, and it's and
The will recover. You said it's big. They can fucking. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. He's the only one that gets to feel
you're
it.
an evil Jewish businessman.
All the models he would fuck would see his bitten dick.
You're welcome. You'd be a story every time. You'd be the girl that bit. Let me hold on. I need to show you something.
Were you gonna show me a
At
dog?
19,
No, I'm not going to show you my dog.
She's working in there. She has no idea what's going on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Weeknd is #1 in the world on Spotify. Do you understand how famous that is? If you just hurt him in some way, you would have been known forever as the girl
Okay, so
that
why
hurt
do
the-
I have to hurt him to be known for something? Why can't I
Because
be
it
known
never-
for giving him pleasure?
Because
I
that's never gonna
licked
make the news.
His asshole.
Okay, there you go. But so many girls have licked his asshole.
Have they came out and spoke about it?
Maybe.
Have you heard about it?
I think you know that they have, right? It's a known thing. He writes songs about doing
how
cocaine.
many people want to hear this? Like people have been begging me for 3 years to tell this story, and I just didn't know that I could talk about
You
it.
can talk about anything you want.
I didn't even realize that there was no NDA.
I mean, dude, even if there was, like, let's break it down. Realistically, if there was an NDA, right? This still just paints him the same way. It doesn't matter. Like, he can't retaliate.
Why? You
Right?
can
Like,
sue-
retaliation
You can
makes.
sue for a story.
Yeah, you can sue for a story if she signed a non-disclosure
something
agreement,
that said I
right?
would
Like,
talk about
the
it,
crazy
but
part
I
is you've all signed one for this house, right?
Yeah.
Like, but we just let everyone run their mouth. It's only if someone does something out of pocket, we're like,
like
yo,
defamation
we
or
have it,
something
right? But
standard.
realistically, he'll just look like a clown if he says anything negatively about her,
Right.
Because you're just like, bro, relax.
Well,
But
also
that
not
would
only
be
that, but he
giving
can't
me
pass the
so
fame
much
down.
clout. That would be giving me so much clout. So he wouldn't do that.
Yes, that's why you have to bite the and take control of the situation to make your own clout.
Okay, well, next time.
They didn't invite Vitaly's girlfriend to run across the soccer field. She just ran across that soccer
She
field.
bit that.
She bit that. 2 million followers. What's her name? Kelsey? I still know her name. This is embarrassing.
Wow.
And Vitaly's, stuck trying to make a comeback for the last 5 years.
Well, yeah, I mean, the shit that he's coming back from is kind of hard to
I
come
mean,
back
yeah,
from.
I guess jumping out of a bush and basically punching a woman in the face. See, if he punched the Weeknd in the face, he would have been fucking famous, but he just punched a regular woman.
Or he'd fucking get killed.
Either way, clout.
He had a lot of, security. He had a lot of security upstairs.
There was nobody upstairs though. Security was all downstairs.
You could have, wow. Fighting season.
I was an innocent girl.
I get it. I'm just telling you, if you could go back in
I
time
was just
for me.
blessed to have my mouth filled with Spotify's top streaming artists. Okay, that's what I was.
Wow,
That's what I
that's a
was
title.
happy.
That's the fucking blessed to the Mormon gods. You know what's funny is, did you guys see what? Sorry, I'm just veering because obviously, if we're going to discuss rappers, can I just get your guys' opinion on something?
Yeah.
So, did you see Drake just like co-signed a chick? He posted a photo of him and this girl
Oh my God.
in his story, and they were like at a club. All right, so that's her and him. Hold on.
Horrendous, dude.
She looks like a WNBA player. This is her.
She's cute.
You're being very nice because you think saying something mean would make it racist. But we're taking race out of all of this. And realistically, you would just look and be like, really, Drake? Like, this is a girl you meet in Tampa.
Yes.
Like,
This is a South Carolina like parking lot type of chick, no?
yeah, she looks like a prostitute you used to beat up in Grand Theft Auto.
Big sexy.
I think her name is Sexy Red. Anybody know who that is, Val? You
No,
know, she's at the
she's
BET
a rapper.
Awards. She's walking the red carpet like this.
She's a rapper?
I don't know. But like, you're Drake. What is this? What's going on?
Sexy
What's
Red.
like I stand a chance.
That just shows you love isn't always about looks.
That just shows you how good tequila is.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Like, this should be, if I was in whatever alcohol they're drinking, if I was Don Julio,
Azul right
if
there.
that's Casa Azul, I would use that as an ad being like, yo, Drake fucked this because of our
He
tequila.
mixed Henny and Clase Azul for sure. That
Oh,
night.
man.
Yeah.
That would be the best ad
That would
ever.
be the best fucking ad ever.
If I was, hi, Casa Azul here. This is what Drake fucked after drinking a bottle of our shit. Done.
It'll
Sold
make
out the
every
next
bitch
day.
look beautiful,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Photoshop. It's basically Photoshop.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's liquid Facetune.
Fucking
That's crazy.
wild. So are you trying to say this is a diss to me? It doesn't matter that the Weeknd chose me because
No. I just brought up the fact that we're discussing rappers.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I'm joking.
what?
right?
Fucking around.
You
I just wanted to put
motherfucker.
some heat on
Just
him.
kidding.
I'm just saying,
This is
I
crazy,
stand a
though.
chance.
That is a crazy situation.
Do you know how crazy it is? Do you know how disgusting the girls Drake has to fuck is if that's what he's willing to tag?
I'm gonna unsend the message I sent to him.
Think about
actually.
that. He's
Drake a
posting that
message.
girl.
You sent Drake a message?
Yeah, because I wanted to try and slide in his DM.
Yo, try to get Drake
No,
to have
I'm
sex.
Unsending.
Why? After seeing that?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're like, if he's willing to be caught in public with that, what is he doing behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Right?
But she did say she's cute in the beginning.
No, she's just trying to be polite.
I'm joking. But that's crazy.
That's your hero. You like Drake.
I love Drake.
Drake's writing, imagine writing, I could hit that with my body of work. This is Drake's fucking body of work, and he's literally, this lady looks like she works at a toll booth.
Drake is a
Hey,
chess
maybe
player.
he's
Who's
just trying to
sexy?
have
Look,
fun. You know,
let me
there's
explain
tons of
something
fish
to
in
you.
the sea. Maybe he just wants
Let
to
me
try
tell you guys.
variety.
Yeah, sometimes you catch a boot.
You guys gotta understand one thing. Drake is a chess player, right? So
Oh,
Sexy
here we
Red,
go.
Sexy Red, he does anything to stay relevant in the street. So if Sexy Red has any relevance that's going on in the street, that's how he keeps his street credit, by doing stupid.
So he's a
things
clout
like that.
trout? Let me see.
I mean, so if you could pull up Sexy Red, I can give you an exact estimate of what kind of chess move that was.
Sexy Red. She has 4 million followers.
It's not bad.
That's a lot on Spotify.
Listeners.
Monthly listeners. That's a lot.
That's actually a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
So she's plugged in with Nicki.
Yeah.
Nicki's
You don't have to
friends with him.
fuck your peers.
But who knows if he had sex?
Bro, she doesn't look right.
You're acting like she had sex. We can't assume that. I'm sorry. He didn't have sex with her.
You don't
Maybe
think
they
so?
got married. He said that's my rightful wife.
I don't think he
I'm
had
just
sex with her. And also Drake likes very
Bro, he wouldn't
big-
acknowledge his son. He's
Drake
gonna
likes
acknowledge
big,
her.
big chicks. She's not like big. Like Drake is a big thick guy. You know.
How do you know?
Study him.
You study his body of work?
I've studied Drake. I've just studied Drake, and I know what he likes.
Wait, so have you spoken to The Weeknd since? Like, when did he stop responding? Like, how much more convo did he do?
A year and a half later.
You think he's got a new number and some? Imagine getting
No,
The
he did
Weeknd's
get a
old
new
number.
number.
Imagine getting The Weeknd's old number. You're like, score.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so we talked for like a year and a half afterwards. He talked to me after the Super Bowl.
After he performed?
Yeah, because it was my birthday, and
Did he wish you a happy birthday?
he did.
The Weeknd performed at the Super Bowl and then
You
wished
have
you
a
a happy
picture of
birthday.
him wishing you a happy birthday?
Fuck, they're on my MacBook. At home.
Oh, okay.
Because
I wish you had like a photo with him.
I know.
Just for you.
I was so fucking nervous at the time. I was 19.
I would have worn. I would have gotten contacts with
Well,
cameras
yeah, you were
built into
scared.
it.
I was
nervous.
terrified.
You know.
Dude,
Did you-
I
I would-
was shaking the whole time, like literally
Yeah.
shaking and sweating.
When you're young like that, right? You have no idea.
Just young and sweating.
And you were just
Were
a
you on
Mormon
the-
like a week ago. You know what I mean? So it's like.
You were on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So she was a Mormon like a month ago, and then
Bro,
all of a sudden
that's-
she's with the Weeknd.
That's the best rum springer ever, right? Like you get out of something and the next day you're licking The Weeknd's ass. You're like, holy fuck, my religion
I
sucks.
never thought it would happen. I never even thought that would be something that happened in my entire life.
Do you think
know?
your dad cares?
He doesn't know that we like did that stuff, but he knows that I met him and he thinks it's cool.
He's not going to think it's cool anymore. Dad, I met The Weeknd. Oh my God.
You and your pops have a good relationship?
Yeah.
Unto this day?
Yeah.
Good.
I met Mickey Mouse. I didn't lick his ass.
He lets you, he's like, yo, do your thing, do whatever
Yeah,
you
we
want
talk
to do.
every single day. He actually.
So he wouldn't care that, I mean, he knows you're on the internet naked.
Yeah,
Yeah, so what, like,
Is he Mormon?
he doesn't identify as Mormon anymore.
Oh, okay. So
He likes to
kinda,
drink.
So he kind of bounced out of that.
Yeah, I think
He's on the Clase Azul Honey diet right now.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Okay.
going to be hooking up
He's
with
gonna be with
NBA
Sexy
players.
Red. He's gonna be with Sexy Red soon. Keep playing
He's
around.
he's got a beautiful wife.
Is it
Oh,
your mom or no?
My stepmom.
I just can't believe she was a Mormon and then a month later she's with the Weeknd.
Dude,
That
right?
time.
I mean-
He's like, if I'm gonna throw you in the pit, I'm gonna throw you in the pit the correct way.
One with the A-listers, I guess.
All right,
Well, we
so
covered
this
a lot.
is the episode. We learned so much. The Weeknd likes having his asshole eaten. Mormons can't eat meat. And Drake's likes ugly men. Here's the thing. Just subscribe to our podcast. You gotta fucking go on iTunes, rate us, leave comments, do everything.
Yes.
Cara Belle is our guest. Make sure to follow her on social media.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. She has OnlyFans, Instagram. Are you on Twitter?
Yep. Twitter.
Yeah. I miss being on Twitter. All right, so just clap us out.
Cool.
Boom.
All right, you
Dude,
my ex,
that was a
right?
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it going? What's up, man? How are you? Thanks for being
How
here.
you doing?
How's it going?
What's up, man?